Thank you for joining me on this video. I want to quickly go over something that's happened to me recently, and it's a lesson that's very inspiring. Essentially, I was going to be on a team of people who would race a boat. This would be for a dragon racing event. I went to a practice, I messed up my foot because I pressed it too hard into the wood in front of me without really thinking that I didn't have to do that. And it was so painful to deal with my foot that I worried about doing this dragon boat racing again, practice and the race itself. So I decided to drop out of the race. I've already had to drop out of half a marathon a few months back because my back was hurting so much. I ran a marathon last year, so it was very difficult for me to see that I maybe overdid my running practice and I did it on the wrong sort of material, like concrete. And I was accustomed to letting go, right? I was accustomed to letting go of things. I let go of the half marathon, which I already paid a ticket for. I already told people I was going to run. I already got excited for. Even ran about 10 or 11 miles, right? So half marathon's 13 miles. I'd already practiced. I could do it in the time necessary. But essentially a chiropractor told me that my back was at, I believe, 50-60% flexibility. So with the dragon boat race, it turned out that there wasn't enough people for the team to really have a full boat. And when I saw that, I decided to go back to practice. Even if I hurt my foot, whatever, at least I get to help the team. And in the meeting before the practice, somebody decided that it would be a good idea for me to be the drummer, the person who sits in the front of the boat and holds the pace according to the people at the very front, the leaders. And what's really great about this is that everybody in the boat from the second row to the 10th row are doing the same thing. They're listening to the pace, they're looking at the leaders, and they're going along with their paddle at the right time. And then there's also the leaders who are setting the pace and talking to the drummer in case they decide to do something like speed up. And what's really interesting about the drummer is that since they're sitting in front of the boat, they get to look at everybody, and if they see that they're out of sync, they can also yell for them to sync up in addition to keeping the pace. So essentially what happened here was I went from a state of wanting to quit and deciding to quit because I was already accustomed to it and it was totally fine, to a state of coming back uncertain if I could do what I was thinking I was going to do, which would be paddling along. And then a transformation happened because I let it happen. And that transformation took me from being one of the people in the rows doing the same task as everybody else to being in the very front of the boat doing something that involves a lot of alignment. It involves leadership, obviously, because you have to be calling out what the leaders are doing. You also have to be aware of what everybody else is doing. And it's just such an exciting experience to be able to go from, oh boy, I messed up my foot, this is another injury that's keeping me from doing sports, to, oh, I'm essentially the drummer who's keeping the pace for 20 people on this boat. So the next time you want to quit, think about how you can transform. And if you have any questions or ideas about this video or others that we've shared with you, be sure to go to youareallset.com, which is hosted and produced by Serperio. Thanks so much. Bye.